Wel, dis nog nie so lank na middernag nie. Ons kan maar nog aangaan. Of wat sê julle? Ja, in julle drome. Nommer 52. Sadly, Siddharta went to a pleasure garden that belonged to him, closed the gates, sat under a mango tree, and felt horror and death in his heart. Gradually he collected his thoughts and mentally went through the whole of his life from the earliest days which he could remember. When had he really been happy? When had he really experienced joy? Well, he had experienced this several times. He had tasted it in the days of his boyhood, when he had won praise from the Brahmins, when he far outstripped his contemporaries, when he excelled himself at the recitation of the holy verses, in argument with the learned men, when assisting at the sacrifices. Then he had felt in his heart, a path lies before you, which you are called to follow. The gods await you. And again as a youth, when his continually soaring goal had propelled him in and out of the crowd of similar seekers, when he had striven hard to understand the Brahmin's teachings, when every freshly acquired knowledge only engendered a new thirst. Then again, in the midst of this thirst, in the midst of his efforts, he had thought, onwards, onwards, this is your path. He had heard this voice when he had left his home and chosen the life of the Samanas, and again when he had left the Samanas and gone to the Perfect One, and also when he left him for the unknown. How long was it now since he had heard this voice, since he had soared to any heights? How flat and desolate his path had been. How many long years he had spent without any lofty goal, without any thirst, without any exaltation, content with small pleasures, and yet never really satisfied. Without knowing it, he had endeavored and longed all these years to be like all these other people, like these children, and yet his life had been much more wretched and poorer than theirs. For their aims were not his, nor their sorrows his. This whole world of the Kamiswami people had only been a game to him, a dance, a comedy, which one watches. Only Kamala was dear to him, had been of value to him. But was she still? Did he still need her? And did she still need him? Were they not playing a game without an end? Was it necessary to live for it? No. This game was called Sansara, a game for children, a game which was perhaps enjoyable, played once, twice, 10 times. But was it worth playing continually? Ek dink nie so nie. Ek dink dit is beter om nou te slaap. Slaap maar lekker verder.